at the top of the odds boards over at BetMGM. We'll use those numbers for this conversation. Plus 160, Julian saying remains the favorite. So Gus was saying in the moment that Mendoza had his Heisman moment. Just give him the Heisman is what he was screaming. Mendoza is the second favorite at BetMGM, plus 175. Then we get a gap. So it's saying 160, Mendoza 175, very close. Third favorite, Ty Simpson, plus 550. Marcel Reed, plus 750. Then a significant drop off into the 25-30 range with Jeremiah Smith, Diego Pavia, and Gunnar Stockton. All right, where does this conversation start, Sam? Saying Mendoza 1-2, the two top teams in the Big Ten. Likely the two teams are going to meet in the Big Ten championship. These quarterbacks will face off at some point.
I don't think Fernando Mendoza is the best player in college football. I don't even think it's close. But we are now driving home a narrative that Indiana has been elevated and kept at that level or raised to another level. Like last year, Mendoza's not there. It's Curtis Rourke, the former Ohio quarterback who transferred in and got Indiana into the playoff. And then everybody expected all summer that Indiana would take a step back, right? Well, they got a better quarterback now, and that's Mendoza. He's a good quarterback. I don't think he's great. He's playing in a very good system with an awesome offensive line, great receivers, and a solid running game. Was he the Heisman for 3.5 quarters against Penn State? By the way, Indiana was a 15-point favorite on the road. 15. And they squeak out a win. They stay undefeated. Number 2 team in the rankings. All that's fine and dandy, but he wasn't good. He was great late in that final drive. He was unbelievable. But for 3 quarters, he was blech. And I don't think there's a superstar player this year. I mean, are any of these guys like putting up crazy numbers? No. Saying at Ohio State has better numbers technically. And then you look and he's got 3 NFL receivers. And then you got Simpson, whose numbers aren't as good as Sayan's, but he's playing a tougher schedule. So I think you could give it to any of the 3. I would not bet either of the guys at plus 160, plus 175. No, not happening. Simpson's like 556 to 1. I have Simpson, full disclosure, at 20. I know Paul has some Simpson too, and he added on. If I didn't have a bet, I would bet Simpson. I just don't understand this infatuation for Fernando Mendoza. He's good. I just don't think he's Heisman good. And I could be very wrong there. I just feel like they're giving it more to the team and the situation than the player.
I think they also love the fact, the media, the voters, that he's good with the media, that he's really good on a mic. I'd seen that multiple times, and I was walked away thinking, oh, man, the media really is going to want to give it to him. They're really going to want to give him that award. And the TV coverage has been pushing. No matter what network he's playing on, they are pushing Mendoza for Heisman. They really are. It'd be great for Indiana football. To your point about the strength of the quarterback position this year, I want to read you this tweet because I thought it was pretty interesting. And it's something we all know, but it puts it to numbers, which kind of hammers home the point. A good college football follow is the Tailgate Tent, and he follows Heisman year after year, does a good job with it, has hit some big numbers in the past. Fact of the matter is no QB is anywhere near Heisman pace this year. The last 7 Heisman quarterback winners average 365 yards per game, 3.8 touchdowns per game. Okay? Last 7 winners, 365 yards per game, 3.8 touchdowns per game. And then he breaks down the guys at the top this year. Sayan, 279 yards, 2.7 touchdowns. Simpson's, 283 yards, 2.6 touchdowns. Mendoza, 258 yards, 3.1 touchdowns. Stockton, 262 yards, 2.4 touchdowns. We're talking about all these guys being a full touchdown off of the pace of what a normal Heisman quarterback is, but there's nobody saying it's going to be anybody but a quarterback. But do we have that other player? Maybe this is when people are screaming, love, it's love. I don't know. The problem is they're not playing anybody. Notre Dame down the final stretch. I don't know that it's going to be Love, and I'm not hearing people give Love any love for the Heisman reward. I think he's 40-1. That's the best number that you can find. So given the games that they have left, no conference championship, I don't think it's going to be Love. So it's just going to be, I don't want to say mediocre. It's just going to be one of these quarterbacks that are meh, that wins.
And we remember the list in the summer. The guys at the top: Arch Manning, Cade Klubnik, Garrett Nussmeier, Lenora Sellers. Right? So none of the guys that we thought, not you and I, but everybody thought. I mean, those were 4 of the top 5 names on every sports book's list. Arch Manning was 5-1 in August going into September. And, I think we were so convinced that because it wasn't a quarterback last year, it'll have to be a quarterback this year. I don't know, though, man. If I needed a game-winning drive, let's just put it this way. Paul, can we play 3-2-1 here? Get in here, Paul.
3-2-1.
If you have the ball down 4 and you're facing, let's give a decent defense out there, Ohio State, right? Well, I guess you can't take Sayin then. But let's pretend Sayin's on a different team. Sayin's on a different team, Simpson, Mendoza. You need a touchdown against Ohio State. Who do you want? Can we 3-2-1 it?
3, 2, 1. Simpson.
Yeah, Simpson. I did think about Mendoza, though. I was thinking about Mendoza, and that's recency bias because of what we just saw. But I know he did struggle most of that game.
He also, I mean, look, the kid made a hell of a catch in the back of the end zone. And
I know. How many receivers are making that catch?
He missed a wide open guy like 2 or 3 plays before. I don't know. Yeah. Also, do you have to consider Marcel Reed? Like, I'm thinking of the Notre Dame comeback where he made those plays at the end. That's when you do the 3-2-1 for this question. I think he's number 2 for me.
They have to win the SEC championship, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying for Sam's question. Yeah, 100%.
Sure. Yeah, I was just taking the top 3 favorites, but I don't think there's this narrative now that whoever wins the Big Ten title game, that quarterback is going to win the Heisman. I disagree. What if Simpson and Reed play in a 35-34 shootout?
Yeah.
The winner of that game might be the Heisman Trophy winner. None of these guys are decided like runaways. I mean, you got 3 guys at 550 or less, so the books don't know.
Are we sure that the voters aren't going to come to this realization in the next month and say, you know what? None of these guys are great. Let's give it to the best receiver or running back.
The problem with Love is that he sort of shares the backfield with Price. And right. I don't know that there's this infatuation for Marcus Freeman to force feed Love to win a trophy. I think they're all about getting into the playoff and trying to win a championship, where it does feel like Cignetti is trying to get Mendoza the Heisman. That's why they keep running up the score against bad teams. But then you play a decent team and the game's close. Like, I honestly, guys, I don't care what Indiana does against UCLA and Michigan State. Like, those are not Heisman games to me. Well, what's the counter? Well, he just had a game-winning touchdown against Penn State in Happy Valley. I guess he's got the most moments, going to Oregon and then beating Penn State, but total body of work, it's not that much ahead of everybody else.
And for the Simpson case, it's good it happened this past week. Now we still got some runway for Simpson to catch up. I mean, if he does that in 2 weeks, it's probably ball game. Like, it's great for his case that he has that Heisman moment. I feel like, to Sam's point, there might be an opportunity now that he's got a couple cupcakes and Simpson can put some more highlight reels and moments on tape.
I think you guys are right in saying that Simpson is the bet if you're making a bet today. And I'm looking at where we're going to be in a few weeks from now. I don't expect Simpson to be plus 550, and I don't expect these guys to be 160 and 175 at the top. The reason being is what is going to get you excited. So saying moving forward, UCLA, Rutgers, and the game is a bet against a bad Michigan team, right? Indiana has Wisconsin, a bye, and then Purdue. So no matter what those two guys do in the next few weeks, there should be no excitement. However, with Alabama, look at this week. All right, we've got Oklahoma.
Yep.
All right, so I think there's going to be that number is going to shorten. If you're looking for a price, I think Simpson, you guys are on it plus 550. The Reed thing is insane. Just everything that could go Texas A&M's way schedule-wise they're literally missing everybody. They're missing all of the top teams. It's amazing in the SEC.
Need Arch.
He's not even in the straw poll. He's not even there. So the Athletic does the straw poll. Mendoza 68 points, Sayin 27, Simpson 17, Love 15, Pavia 13, Jeremiah Smith 6. Marcel Reed is not even in the picture with the Athletic straw poll.
That's
so
wild.
I guess the voters just don't see it that way. But I don't think Mendoza's 41 points in a poll better than Julian Sayin and 51 points better than Simpson. To me, that just doesn't feel right.
The On3 poll, Mendoza, Simpson, Sayin. RG3, Simpson 4, Sayin 3, Mendoza 2. Number 1, Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, Texas Tech.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Not listed for an odds. I couldn't find a number. Jacob Rodriguez.